Hey, I'm ElusiveKev. Welcome back to MotoGP 18, where Mario had a superb round in Catalonia last time out. Can he follow up with another repeat performance round the TT Circuit Assen in the Netherlands? As here's Mario setting off for the first of three possible qualifying efforts in the pouring rain in qualifying as he tries to beat Marcus' 43.5, as you can barely see where the first corner is. But he drove well on a wet track in Catalonia last time out. Unfortunately, he's got his teammates come out of the pits in front of him. But that's a very different challenge. It's very quick at the end, but then it's very tricky as well. Lots of slow corners. But it does provide some fantastic racing, some very close racing as well. We'll see what Mayo can do. Maybe getting a toe off his teammate as well, as almost turned in too early there. So apparently he's up. Definitely he's catching up to his teammate. So we go again up in the second sector. Squeezing down the inside of his teammate, needs to on his qualifying effort. Let's go through the double right. So tricky with a traction. It's going to be very difficult in the race. It's all very wide through the right hand of Mario, but keeps on the power. Apparently he's 1.3 up as well. Let's head into the final chicane. Maybe he is actually now good in the wet then. Maybe Magetta was just a blip. As he heads towards the line, this is going to smash it. 42.4. That will do. Doesn't need to do another lap as he's not going to improve on this one. As Mayo is on pole by over a second ahead of Marquez and Baldassarri, his main rivals in the championship. Well, Oliveira is in fifth alongside Piscini and Verge on the second row. Then we've got his teammate Bagnaia leading the third ahead of Mir. Binder then Shirotta in the fourth row of those, and Ika the teammates. And then you've got Marini leading the fifth row ahead, Cortaro and Remy Gardner. Locatelli, qualifying hero from Catalonia, down on the sixth row, back to normality unfortunately for him, alongside Fenati and Navarro. Then on the seventh row, Barbara, Agata and Corsi. Eighth row, Isaac Vinales, the home hero, Bo Bent Snyder and Odendahl. Ninth row, Nakashima, Kent and Kuradin. In the 10th row, Manzi, Danilo and Fugarini. And at the back, it's Paoli, Granado and Joe Roberts once again on his NTS. So can Mayo make it 2 from 2? So as we're all revving up in similar conditions to Spain. Waiting for the lights to go out. Let's get underway. For 8 laps. All fun has, and it's like the Dynavolt's got a good run down the inside. Mayo trying to outbrake everyone into the first corner. Looks like he succeeds. He's around the outside of Baldassarri, who just about holds on. Alex Marquez drops back. But we're down to second then. Behind the Pons rider. Looking to bounce back after Spain, after losing a few points to Oliveira and McDonald, as everyone just barges down the inside of McDonald in the hairpin. Once again, he's alongside Pecco Bagnaia in the opening lap of a race. As they're battling for the top 5 behind Mir, Marquez. McDonald sucks down the inside of Mir, almost into the back of Marquez. As he reclaims second behind Baldassarri. Hector Barber up to 14th, his teammate of Baldassarri's. Looks like McDonald's holding on though. Let's see we go into this tricky double right. You'll see Apex slight in the first right. You can maybe close that line in a second as Verge has a little look. His teammates battling with Binder for ninth. Look at through the right hand, and McDonald fully committed even in these wet conditions. Well, wet track. With sun overhead, just like in Spain, where he ruled the roost. Would be ruling the roost here. Well, he's doing it at the end of the opening lap. Wriggles away from the final chicane and onto the second. As you've got outside the top 5, you've got Binder rounding out the top 10. So Shirotta's winning that battle up for the moment as McDonald outbrakes himself in the first corner. Got some power harder. Shirota's up to 8th now ahead of Mir, who really has dropped back after being in the top 5 at around this point. They're opening that. Marquez past Verge into 4th. So just takes the tight line there. Bit sideways on the power, but he holds on. Down this back straight as here comes Oliveira with the Nitros boost. Didn't seem to have worked though. Donald holds on. Bit wide through the left. However, the tyres don't wear too much around because he has struggled getting his bike slowed down into a couple of corners. So you've got Binder up ahead of Mir for 8th. Horrible again race pace for Mir at the moment. For a guy we expect to push into the top 5 more often. Not doing it at all. And McDonald a bit sideways there. As he go for the fast right. Had to lift that time, it's a bit too much over the curb. But he's still just ahead of Oliveira. Once again, it's between these two at the front. No one else getting a look in at the moment. These last couple of races, well, racing a bit. As he gone to the 3rd, Brad Binder on the charge. Up ahead of Piscini into 7th. Now he's eyeing McDonald's teammate Bagnaia. And 6th as McDonald sets a 32 flat. No, on that second lap, to be the fastest so far. No doubt he'll get beaten, though. No doubt he'll get drier as well. This track as the race goes on. So go into the hairpin. He's got to be careful with Olivier down this back straight as Manzi and Roberts are battling over the wooden spoon. We're taking a bit of a middle of the line position. Just snuffs out of the Vieira. Into the left and actually gets the bike stopped for the next left as well. And then through the right. Just about holds on from the Portuguese rider. Not sure if this just posturing from the Portuguese rider at the moment. Just poking holes, seeing McDonald strong. So he actually is going all out attack at the moment. So he gets into the side of McDonald. The Sky VR46 rider just about holds on. We've got Binder up to sit ahead of Bagnaia. So the other KTM is coming as well. Well, McDonald's support system is dropping down the field. It's Bagnaia. As Manzi is down. That battle for last getting too intense. John gets on the power smoothly enough. So it's a 42-1. He's being consistent to start this race, unfortunately. So is everyone else behind, matching his times. Still incredibly close between, it feels like the top 10. As where you go, McDonald very wide in the first right. Allows Olivier to take a look as Gardner gets into the points. Head of Locatelli. Not having to take a very tight line. Got pushed over the curb by Oliveira. Well, the other KTM VR46 machines in the top 10 are still doing battle over 6th. And once again for McDonald just taking that inside line. And oh no, Oliveira down! What happened to Oliveira? It did not look like McDonald touched him, he just fell. Pushing too hard, too early. It was the Portuguese rider. And now for McDonald, that gives him a great chance to open up this championship lead as Olivier rejoins right at the back. He'd be lucky to score points this race. It shows how close this field is. Normally when a rider makes a fall, they can rejoin maybe a handful of positions back from where they are. But no, here in Assen, everyone's on the McDonald train at the moment, which is about to head into the second half of the race. The VR46 man still leading, still setting 42 ones, 46 flats. And he's got Baldassarri and Marquez behind him now, lined up. Got Vergay in 4th, Binder in 5th now, thanks to his teammate's demise. And carrying the hopes of KTM this race now. As we got Corsi and Finati back now over 19th. Hit to Barber into the points ahead of Locatelli. Once again, the Italian struggling to score even a single point in this race. There's Nero and Granado battling for a top 30 spot. Olivia up to 27th now ahead of the home hero. Not having a particularly good home race is Ben Snyder. So it's confident enough in these corners. Tyrell not bad on the rear. On the front, approaching halfway though. So we'll be careful of that front tyre. In the final lap. As you can see, he's really leaning on that front to get this bike into some corners. Locatelli up to 4 ahead of Marini. Where's that come from? As by Knight up to 4th ahead of Vergay. Joe Roberts on the march up to 27th ahead of the Malaysian. And finally, for just the second time in this race, McDonald can take that right-hander flat out. Got a good run. And he's built the gap to Baldassarri. Finally, his ears aren't ringing. As he go through the final chicane, onto the sit for that. Look at that, a 40 point. Hey, how about that for at that time to make a break with? Fastest lap of the race, been setting consistent 42s, and he brings that out the bag. And maybe that could be the lap, just like we saw in Catalonia last time, to build the gap and hold it for the last few laps of the race. Especially with no Oliveira being so consistent behind him. I mean, Baldassarri and Marcus are damn good. But Oliveira has been McDonald's main opponent so far this season. Despite Baldassarri being right up there still. It might actually be the main man behind McDonald after this race. Depending on where Oliveira finishes. As he's 1.36 seconds ahead of the Italian, but he ran right in that right-hander. There's a bit of a groove there you got to hit. And just out of it, McDonald. But is this his worst section of the lap as well? He's not very good in this section. And again, widen another right. Maybe showing that the track's drying up as well. Remember, he's the first guy who comes across these conditions. So they're ahead of Danny Kemp for 21st. So he's suffering a bit from that. McDonald has. He's just 7/10 ahead of Baldassarri now. He's lost around 6/10 this lap. Or in that sector alone. And drops back to a 41.7. Which is just a half a second. Which means he's just half a second ahead of Baldassarri. So the opponents behind are lapping mid 41s, low 41s. They're once again very wide in that first right from McDonald. Then into the hairpin. Just nice and smooth on the power. That is what's keeping him in the lead of this race. And he's got Marini into the points ahead of Hector Barber. Opposite ends of their careers, those two. There's Baldassarri 3/10 behind. There you go, McDonald getting the late apex that time. A bit out of the groove again, but he found it late in the corner. And Barber ahead of Sam Lowe's out of the points. One thing, the Brit not having a good Sunday. This goes a bit wide in that second right again. Just get on that power. Got Simone Corsi in 17th as McDonald using all of the track and some. And he's half a second ahead of Baldassarri. As he approaches the final lap of this race, once again, it's not been a comfortable race at the at the front for McDonald. They said to be precise, be inch perfect. He does a 41.3. Outside does a low 41 though, behind. Oh, McDonald runs wide in the first corner. Will Baldassarri pounce? No. So gets a bit close to the right-hand apex on this occasion. Baldassarri takes a look through the double right. McDonald still holds the lead though. The tight left-hand hairpin. Does not get the run though. Baldassarri has a look but backs out of it. Maybe he likes getting the slipstream with McDonald then down this back straight. As he going to the left, Baldassarri nicks to the outside. Not holding the inside in all of these corners though. Spassini ahead of Shirota for 7th. Half of that to go. Battle between McDonald and his teammate's roommate. A fellow rider in the VR 46 Academy. As we go through the double right. Very important corner to get right. It could make or break for the race. As he can go flat through that right-handed for just the 3rd time this race. Just about. Just gives a bit of that gap. Then towards the final corners. Binder's down from the top 10. A poor race for KTM. As him and Oliveira have gone down. But McDonald has stood tall. Held off Baldassarri, won for the 2nd time in a row for the 1st time this season. That was tense on the final lap. That was close. He was a bit sloppy in occasions, but he made the bike stick in the end. A wins by just half a tenth ahead of Baldassarri. Incredibly close between the top 10. Baldassarri must have done his fastest lap on that penultimate lap as well, 41.1. Then Marquez in third, just 6 tenths back. Bagnaia just a second behind his teammate in 4th. In Fergie ahead of his teammate Shirota. You got Passini, Mir, Binder in 9th, despite that fall in the final lap. Ika getting another top 10, out riding his teammate those at the moment. In Navarro, Gardner, Quartararo, Locatelli, and Miguel Oliveira grabs a point from that race, beating Barbara by half a second. As there is those in 17th, Marini, Corsi, Agata round out the top 20. But at the back it is Stefano Manzi. Where was the home hero, Bent Snyder, in 23rd. So in the Riders' Championship, it's almost a race win lead for Mayo ahead of Baldassarri, who climbs to 2nd. He's 6 points ahead of Oliveira, with Marquez in for 45 points back. I said he was, a couple of races ago after Magellan, I said he might be in the championship hunt. It's looking unlikely now for Marquez already, with Bagnaia in 5th, 67 points behind his teammate, and 10 points ahead of Virgo's ahead of Passini now, and Shorter gets ahead of Binder in that battle for 8th. Eco up to 11th ahead of Lowe's, Navarro up to 13th ahead of Marini, Locatelli up to 16th ahead of Agta, and Remy Gardner up to 19th ahead of Hector Bar with his first point score of the season, I believe. It's now 20 riders score points out of 30, with Jules Danilo still getting a wooden spoon. So once again, it may not perfect on the sheets for McDonald, but it definitely was a bit more tense than it looked. As in MotoGP, Marcus Dovi Rossi. In Moto3, Bezzecchi Martin Bastianini. And in the Red Bulls Rookie Cup, Czech right ahead of the Onchu twins. So in bike development, you never guess what we're going to be doing. We're going to be improving these brakes, increasing the braking power. And we've got almost 8,000 left in development. So if we get at least 6,000 in Germany next time out from that race, approaching halfway mark for the season, we could have the brakes fully stopped out on stopping power. So no outbraking himself, McDonald, no excuses in the second half of the season, like in Assen. And we'll see how he does round the Sachsenring circuit, the unusual anti-clockwise circuit, one of the shortest circuits on the calendar, lengthwise and that time-wise. And he's full of confidence. Mario, can he make it 3 in a row? Can he score a hat-trick next time out? South watching, we'll find out then.